Hi and welcome. Today I will be showing you how to make a film mold out of this part. It's a bit more difficult than what we've seen in the previous episodes, so go check those out if you haven't done that yet, and then come back to this, because we're going to make a split mold today. This is a part that we made in collaboration with the Danish Innovation Fund and the Danish design studio Alexia and Tryde, who designed it, and they sent it to us. Well, more than often we get sent parts that are bigger than what our build area actually allows, and this is one of those cases, so we have to do a split mold of that. Our build area is 54 by 96 millimeters, so let's see how that would look here. So 54 by 96. So it's definitely long enough, but as you can see here, we only have something like a millimeter of wall thickness here and down here. You can go ahead and try that, but I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend that you have at least 3 millimeters, and if you do have possibility, make it 5 millimeters of wall thickness. So instead we are going to do a split mold of this, and I will show you how. But let's begin. So the first thing I'm doing is adding a scale factor to it, because the material that we injected has a shrinkage, and we are compensating for that here. You can do it in any other software, and in the future software of the add line you can also do some scaling, but I prefer to do it in SolidWorks beforehand. I have begun adding a small vent down here, which will grow up and be this. And we're adding a vent over here as well. And these two vents are the only one that we will need, actually, because you will be surprised at how great these lattice structures actually fills up when injection molding. We are going to use this entire surface as a gate. If you are an injection molder by trade, you will find it perhaps a bit weird, because that's not so typical, but it actually works quite well, and we're doing it in many of our molds. It's kind of like the double helix, if you saw that in one of the other episodes. Now we will add the mold around it. So the mold bottom goes to this bottom surface of this part. So when we subtract it, it will look like this. So this is our entire gate, and it's bigger than the sprue on the injection machine, but the surface will close up to the fixed plate anyways, so it will be quite nice, and you will actually have a quite nice surface here. So I've added this rim here. It's both for getting a better closure when we injection mold, but also so that we actually have, as you can see here, 0.3 millimeters that we can just mill away, and then this surface will look nice and clean. We're not religious when it comes to 3D printing. We know that some things just work really well. That's not 3D printing, so we tend to do milling as well, and all other sorts of machinery that can help us. So definitely go ahead and do that. Okay, so the fillet here will allow us to put the mold in our frame, because that's how it looks, with a radius of 8 millimeters. So now we're adding these 4 perforations. To get these parts, after we split them, we need to make sure that they are completely close together. So we use nuts and screws for that. So this is what these holes are for. And over here you see that we have made room for it, for the nuts. So we have added some fillets here just for a better transition between the layers, and we've done that all over. So now we come to splitting. Okay, so let's check one of the parts out. This is how it looks inside. Let's check how it prints. So as you can see here, this didn't look very good. So what I had to do was to make some fillets so that it's better. There's no coming around that these will definitely look a bit wonky, but since it's on the inside of this ladder structure, you won't notice it, and that's just how it is. And that there's really no way coming around that. But we've seen the end result, and it's looking really good. You can check out a video that was put up on both Adifab's side and also the Innovation Fund side of these parts, and they look really cool. So let's get the other part back on here. And now I've added this small track here because we are printing on this side, so if this was directly to the build plane, it would just clog up. So a small track to allow the resin to flow out, that works really good. So next thing is to add we're adding some fillets here, and they're just again for looks. I like rounded corners. And then we're adding some chamfers here, and that is both for inserting the mold, but also for scraping them off the build plane. It's always good. Now some more rounded corners here, but actually I think what we're doing with this part later on is, we're actually removing the bottoms of these because they're not really necessary. So this is actually how the mold will look. Now, as you can see, we have some pretty heavy overhangs here. So I am actually adding some support structures for this. This surface is not really critical, but still it has to be somewhat nice so that we can actually fit the screw in here. So 2 pillars on each side, that should be enough, and they're really easy to get off afterwards if you just don't cure the part. If you take them off before curing, that's easier for you. Then I combine so that they fit together here. Yeah, the combination here, as you see, was just to get these pillars to combine here. And that's basically it. I added an A and a B because these 2 parts look quite the same after printing. So, except for this part here. So just to make sure that you don't mix up anything, and for our operators to know how many parts of each they have easy, I do it. And I tend to do that a lot when we have split molds. And yeah, now we have a mold ready for injection molding. Once again, I recommend that you go to the LinkedIn sites at Adifab. We have some videos of this part in its completion, and it looks really good. Thanks for watching.